Whoa, I'm late to my own party. Holy cow. Hey, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let's do this. Let's go on with the Friday night live stream. This is the this is the usual routine. If you got yourself a Wobbly Pop. Hey, Wobbly Pops. We got Wobbly Pop t-shirts on the store. Go check that out. Tune into that. If you got one, crack it now. This is the time to get into it. Let's do this. Yum, yum, yum. Let's get into this. Bring the chat on in. Wow. Ooh, we both might be wrong. Who's wrong about what? What's going on? You guys making predictions on how late I'm going to be to my own show? Perhaps that's what's happening. But nonetheless, I made it. Here we are. This is the Friday night live stream. This is for those of you that are just new to the channel. Perhaps this might be your first time watching. And you're like, what's going on here? I caught a news story this morning. I thought it was great, so I subscribed, and now you're live. What's going on? So what I do around this channel, is every Monday through Friday, I do morning videos talking about news and things that matter to me, to all of you, if you're tuning in and like the channel. And then on Wednesdays, we do the Marty and Clyde show. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you tune in on Wednesdays at 6:30 Pacific time. If you miss it live, you get to see the show, but you get to see the show the next day, but you miss all of the fun, which is the Q&A session in the live stream. And then on Fridays, this is kind of like my thank you to all of you guys, really, out there. It's my thank you to you. Let's hang out for a little while, and we'll talk about some of the other stories and talk about it as a community. It's largely just addressing the chat, seeing what the chat has to say, talking about this stuff, having a couple of wobbly, unwinding, and having a good time, discussing the things that are happening here and around, and all the parts and the things that are going on. So, and it's funny because I'll put a title for the live stream, and we're going to touch on a lot of subjects. That's for sure. It's not all just going to be about the EV mandate, which is in the title. We'll talk about that, but we could talk about all kinds of other things because there's many other things happening as well. Friday live stream is the best. Yes, and after the live stream, yeah, that's right. There's the Discord server link. We only ever give out the Discord server link during the live streams, and it's a way of avoiding people, people who aren't part of the channel, aren't part of the community, joining in there. And it's also about, like, we make sure the links expire, so you're not going to hear a lot about that. Bill C5 is in the Senate. We're going to talk about that should be a topic for tonight. Holy cow. Yeah, and I'm really surprised at the conservative support for it, and not just conservative party, like government people, but like conservatives supporting it. I'm astonished at that. I really am astonished at that. And maybe you might be astonished at my take and why I'm not in support of it. But yeah, this is where nuance comes from. I've never been a party guy, but I do like some of the things. I'm sure they had amazing points on that thing too, Annette. I'm sure they did, and perhaps they'll be wrong about those things too, because that's been a trend lately. Election results, when the election's going to be, how things actually work, all of that. Remember to behave yourselves in the chat. Thank you, King Cracker, with the laying down the ground rules. That's right. Clyde Canada is screwed. Well, we can talk about that if you'd like. Have we been talking too much about that lately? That might be it. I vote accordingly to my own interests. Frankly, whoever happens to align the best with them has got my vote, and that's the way it should be. It really ought to be that way. I agree with you. But then then there's like, are they aligned with you? Are they genuine with the alignment? Because a lot of people thought Carney was aligned with them because he was espousing some pretty conservative sounding rhetoric. Read his book. Like, go read his book. You see exactly what the guy's all about, actually. Spank me if you can. No thanks. I'll stay away from that one. G. Appreciate the offer though. What? C5 was gutted before it passed. Gutted from anything good. But there's definitely some bad stuff in there. That's absolutely right. Have you people been naughty lately? Maybe they have. Maybe they need to be told to behave themselves. What are we gonna do to leftoids? Run the world on unicorn farts? Yeah, that's essentially what they believe is gonna happen. It's unbelievable. One can only trust so much, man. That's why you have to really research these people before voting. I agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. You know, I gave my opinion on that several times, and I mean, I'll give you the TLDR as well. I wanted the Conservatives to win. I wanted them to win a super majority, but not because I thought they were going to do the best thing for the country. I thought that they were going to reveal the fact that the Conservatives will get in and largely be able to do nothing, even if they tried. Like, even if they didn't, you know, just kowtow to the left, every Canadian right-leaning politician ever does when they get elected by people leaning to the right. But even if they tried to do the right thing, be fiscally conservative and all these other things, you'd have them just completely hogtied by a stacked Senate, bureaucracy that'll be totally against them, and all of that stuff. C5 has been amended and is good now. I'd like to get we'll try to see where that's been amended. Maybe all I know is that it's just the title of it, the One Canada Economy Bill. Like, it just reeks of central authority and usurping the rights of provinces. And of course, you know, it's always nice to do. Let's do that when the other side is not they're not working with us. They're not cooperating. So we want to have the power to force them to cooperate. That's what we want to do. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do that. And then the power shifts. And then it's like more of the worse towards you. Like, this is the danger of giving government power to do things. I got to preach this over and over and over again. Do your homework, Clyde. It's been amended. So it's been amended that it's not going to give the federal government more powers over the provinces. So what? Yeah, I don't believe that. We'll go over it then. Hey, Clyde, what do you think it will take for people to wake up and vote the Liberals out? I don't know. 4 more years? That's kind of where we're at. Oh, smash the like button. People need the same amount of likes as views on here. Don't forget the like button, folks. Hey, wow, everybody on the same thing. Low grade diesel. Yes, it's been amended, so it's not a bill anymore. Like, it's not the bill. What does it do then? Does it just nothing? The whole point of the bill was to give the federal government power over the provinces. That was the idea of it. They aren't stopping making new gas cars, trucks. They're making it illegal to buy them with money. And by the way, the bill is going to go back to the Senate, and it's going to be renegotiated, and then amendments will be added to it. So that's how this system works. It's the natural evolution for government to enslave the citizens. You're absolutely correct on that one. Not a Walmart shopper. They've always got a great vid on all those things. That's amazing. They've always got a great vid. Yeah, they don't talk to people that don't agree with them 100%, though. It sucks. Canada wants more pain. Alberta needs to leave. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I feel for y'all. But Canada is rushing headlong over a cliff. Americans' fault, of course. At least 10 years. America's fault, of course. Yeah, I don't know about that. When I was young, I used to sniff gasoline to get high. These days, we switched to cocaine to save money. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is hilarious. Holy cow. They're also going to follow suit with other countries and start banning vehicles older than 15 years. See, that's ludicrous. Like, I know they had that sort of idea when the emission standard stuff came in, and then they realized that old cars just actually die out and largely aren't on the road anymore. So it became one of those things where it's actually doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. And with technology over the past like 15 years at least, or even longer, the cars are actually quite great. They're quite great. C5 has been amended, but it didn't go far enough. There you go. Still has to go to the Senate and pass there, which has a liberal Senate, which will bring up their own amendments and tweak it how they like. Liberal Senate, got tons of faith in them. C5 doesn't go far enough. There's still a cap and no new pipeline law. It's not law yet. Yeah, I'd like to do a bit more reading into that one. The Bill C-63 passed. I don't know about that. No. C-63 hasn't even been reintroduced. It's not even in there. 202 passed, and that one's really a piece of work, that one. They make cars cheaply now, so they don't last. So that's an interesting one. So I work in the automotive industry, right? So I'm an automotive technician, and I've been doing this for decades. There's some truth to that. There's a bit of truth to that. So like Germany passed legislation a long time ago to say that the plastics that are used in cars have to be biodegradable within a certain period of time, which, of course, if most of your car is made out of plastic, in the engine bay, especially stuff that has to do with emissions regulations, and then you have vacuum lines and hoses and all these other things. Yeah, they end up biodegrading under the hood. What happens? They get really soft, brittle, and then they crack and break, and then your car runs like a pile of hot garbage. And then you go to fix it, and it is tremendously expensive to fix. This is why, like, most mechanics will look at Audis, Volkswagens, BMWs, Mercedes as like the line of cars that you buy, you own for 3 years, and you crush it. Get rid of it. Sell it to somebody. This can become a big financial burden to those. That's the thing. Europe even has emissions regulations for brake dust. Yeah, they do. It's always about control. It's absolutely always about control. Clyde need a sponsor? Gary, you want to sponsor the channel? Is that what you're insinuating? Liberals and leftists are corrupt idiots. Hold on, where'd that go? Corrupt idiots, and they think they can rule everyone. Not happening, libtards. Watch out, because there are some people on the right that would love to do that as well. I hate EVs. Love ICE 1. Yeah, I don't hate EVs. And as a technician, I think there's a place for them. They're smart. They're great. But they don't work everywhere. And I would recommend going the route of hybrid anyway. Hybrid's just it's a better way to go. And this is the thing, like Toyota's been talking about this for a while. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on this, actually. Where's my picture? Wow. There's a ton of people that were talking about Toyota, saying Toyota was right about EVs all along. Why Toyota is intentionally falling behind on EVs. Toyota is ditching gas and EVs switching to hybrids only.
Are you puzzled by Toyota's perceived lack of EV presence? You're not alone.
Are you puzzled?
Welcome to Talking EVs, your main pit stop for all EV insights.
Right, okay.
So Toyota, big name, but where are their EVs? While other automakers roll out diverse electric models, they seem to sticking more to hybrids. The 2024 BZ4X was their only big EV splash, but it kind of flopped. Since then, there's been no other released EVs, though new models of their best-selling Camrys, the rugged Land Cruisers, and Sienna minivans now come only as hybrid. So what's the deal? Will Toyota eventually ditch their gas cars for hybrids only? Or fuel cell vehicles they have invested so heavily in? It is an industry well-known...
Yeah, I don't want to get copyright for the music on this video, but it's a well-known fact that the Toyota CEO didn't care much for EVs and thought that this was not a smart method to go in, And yeah, Toyota's playing it smart. Yeah, they're getting into the hybrid market, and the hybrids are great. I've been advocating for hybrids for some time. If you ever have a chance to take a test drive in a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, you'll get to know what the hybrids are like. Go out in the just ICE version, the internal combustion engine version, and then go out in the hybrid. The hybrid's got way more power. It's got way more everything. And it's the same car. It's the same car. And at the end of the day, it's cheaper on fuel, which is amazing. It's really, really cool. Copyrighted from the elevator music. It is. It's a thing. Welcome to YouTube. You got to learn all these different things. Everything. Holy cow. There's so much to learn about YouTube once you get it going on this platform. What's your wobbly pop of choice tonight, Clyde? Am I even allowed to say that? I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because I know some of the YouTube internal stuff has been really cracking down on people for a lot of things. So I don't know. I don't know if I can say. Mr. Roscoe Pico for $10 says, since the liberal voters are extremely gullible, we should start telling them burning oil saves us from volcanoes. Yeah, that might actually man, you could tell them anything really at this point, as long as you got Al Gore saying it, or you got whatever, so, some I don't know, Greta Thunberg, some autistic girl on a boat saying it, then you're good. You're good. YouTube or CRTC cracking down. Well, you guys know that I covered that story about CBC made a thing. So they made an article and then they did a video about dangerous conservatism or whatever it was, and saying that it was AI stuff. June Leach, thanks for joining as a member. Very, very appreciative. Welcome to the channel. That's awesome. Everybody, welcome to the channel, but especially members. That's amazing. What? Save us from volcanoes? Explain. It won't save you. It didn't save the people in Machu Picchu. Well, we don't know much about them actually, but for the same reason. Am I thinking Machu Picchu? No, I'm thinking of a different place. For the same reason, you can't have sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities, yeah. I was a member. I guess it lapsed. LOL. Awesome. Well, welcome back. Absolutely. Jilly Peppers gifting 5 memberships to the channel. If you just got a membership from Jilly Peppers, give her a big old thank you. Thank you so much, Jilly Peppers. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Clyde 2029. What's that? Is that you want my predictions for 2029? Hell in a handbasket. What is money? What is money? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. No more. Think about the concept of money for an example. What is money? First, ones and zeros in a computer now. Yeah, it's fiat. It's absolutely fiat. You got to check out the video from yesterday talking with with Bryce Wade. It was really good. It was really good. And he's going to be putting on that seminar. So make sure you check out that live stream. Bookmark that link. Absolutely. And then get yourself into that. That's going to be really good. That was so kind, Jilly. Awesome. Thank you, Jilly Peppers. Awesome. Really, really cool. But yeah, crazy stuff on YouTube. And it's that time of year, though. So it really happens a lot this time of year. You get, there'll be like a censorship wave. There'll be a, just, you know, viewership goes down, revenue goes down, advertising goes down. Because of that, you get a lot of tubers reaching for the usual low-hanging fruit, which is drama and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where it goes. Not cool, but yeah. So EVs, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about this? Now, some of our parliamentarians are trying. They're trying what they can to convince the elected Liberal government to not go ahead with their EV mandate. And here's Aaron Gunn, who's a champion for other reasons, because I gotta give him the shout out today for helping another fellow YouTuber. We can get into that later, but here he's saying $20,000 more per car and truck sold in Canada. That's how much the Liberal ban on gas-powered vehicles will cost Canadians. Today, I asked the Liberal minister how she can justify this policy. She's still trying to process her response. Of course, this is the way it is.
Mr. Speaker, after 10 years of Liberal government, Canadians are facing a cost of living crisis, and now Liberals are proposing to ban all gas-powered vehicles, including pickup trucks and SUVs, in just 10 years, a policy that will cost 38,000 Canadian jobs and drive up the price of new vehicles by $20,000 each. Conservatives believe that Canadians who drive their kids to school or to sports or themselves to work should have the freedom to choose the vehicle that's right for them and their families at a price that they can afford. Why does this Liberal government apparently disagree?
Oh, great question. The Honourable Minister of the Environment.
So what's her answer? What's her answer?
Speaker, once again, it is so shocking in a moment when our auto industry is under fire from the unjustified tariffs from the United States that we have
Orange man bad
talking down a growing industry right in our country. We are going to stand up for our auto workers. We're going to support our auto workers, and we're going to make sure that Canadians have access to a growing area for vehicles. It's actually growing globally. We're going to make sure that Canadians have access to zero-emission vehicles.
What kind of answer is that? We're going to ban other vehicles to give them access, like as if they don't have access to those vehicles. Do you think, how many of those are being made here in Canada? Anybody in the chat, tell me how many EVs are being made, manufactured, and completed in Canada. First one to answer wins. There you go. Peter from Edmonton nailing it with that one. First one of the punch. You guys are killing it. You guys are killing it. 2025, where was that? The 2029 was the prediction. Yeah, my prediction, the People's Republic of Canada. Oh, I'd like to see a republic, but maybe not the that sort of connotation. People's Republic, like communism. Not good. Not good. If you don't have a plan to leave Canada, you do not have a plan. Wow. Wow. That's something else. Wow. Yeah. A lot of people are packing up their entire provinces and taking them out of Canada altogether. Now let's get into this. So Aaron Gunn's right here about this whole idea of it costing way more. I don't know where they got the number $20,000. That might actually be a low ball if you think about it, long run. Because what's going to happen? A ban comes in. And it's a ban. It's a ban. If you're saying 20% of all vehicles have to be electric from every manufacturer that sells in Canada, right? And then it's going to slowly creep up. It's going to get larger and larger and larger. And that's going to be the thing. Well, until it eventually is just an all-out ban on internal combustion engines, gas, diesel, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Propane, doesn't matter. They're not allowed. Not allowed to have ICE engines. That's propane is a fossil fuel. Natural gas as well. That's been a technology that's been out there. What about hydrogen? I don't know, because they still use internal combustion engines with hydrogen. So it really is a ban on gas-powered vehicles. So how does this work out? Day one. Even before day one, it's probably already starting to happen. The dealerships and because here's the thing, it's countrywide for manufacturers, right? It's countrywide for manufacturers. It's not each dealership. So each dealership doesn't have like this option of allocating only 20% of vehicles this way and not 80% this way. It's per manufacturer. So the dealerships are really screwed on this one. So they're all going to have to work in unison. You know they don't do that. They're not all owned by the same guy. They're all owned by individual entrepreneurs they buy a dealership, they sell used cars, they sell new cars, they do all this stuff, and they pay big license fees to the manufacturer that they ride under the name of, and that's a big thing. Now they're going to have these quota systems, right? So they're going to have to book in as many EV sales as possible, and here's what's going to happen: they're going to make a booking system where you book in to purchase a vehicle, and immediately all of the gas vehicles and diesel vehicles will be immediately flooded, and it will be full, and you'll be put on a waiting list to get into be on the booking to even consider purchasing and getting allotted the ability to purchase an automobile, right? And then every time they sell an EV, so they're going to be out there trying to get people to buy these EVs because they can only sell other vehicles once they've sold EVs. So, it's like for every 2, 8, so 1 in 4. So a 1 to 4 ratio. Every EV they sell, they're like, yay, we can actually fill some sales that will be over flooded and back ordered. Massively back ordered, and they legally can't sell them, so they're going to be out there peddling these EVs and forcing them on people coming in and like, I just need something, wow, come on down here, and the car salesman techniques, and we've all heard some stories about car salesmen. There's going to be a lot of people getting into vehicles that they ought not be getting into. That's going to be a thing, absolutely. Just a backwards concept to begin with. This is the thing. Governments come up with stupid ideas and they never think of how it's going to get implemented. This is the regulatory, compliance. So regulatory compliance looks a lot like a bunch of entrepreneurs going, how in the hell are we supposed to do this? Damn. So what are they going to have to do? They're going to have to make these wait lists. And these wait lists, because they're going to be per manufacturer, it's not per dealership, they're going to have to go on this like national scale, a national wait list. So it's not about your dealership. Oh, hopefully we sell enough EVs, we'll get to sell, I sold an EV, I get to sell 4 gas cars today. Sweet. No, it's like it's in a big pool. You sold an EV, it goes to the big pool, and then they divvy out. And they divvy it out. And if it becomes unfair, who's gonna come in? What's gonna come next? You're gonna have people lobbying the government to create this bureaucracy. And of course, the manufacturer's gonna be like, hands off, we don't want to touch it. This is money. This is time. It's money. You guys take care of it. You created these stupid rules. You make it. So what's gonna happen? They'll lobby the government. They'll say, you make the registry, and then we'll end up with a government automobile registry. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing how these things unfold, because this is the route that the government works. This is just how they work. So just looking forward to that registry. Oh man, I got a great one. Hopefully I can find it. Reagan, yeah, the Reagan Soviet car joke. You guys will love this one. So this is what it's going to be like in Canada moving forward, courtesy of the 1980s and Ronald Reagan, because this is literally how it's going to work.
I've been collecting stories that are told in the Soviet Union by their people among themselves, which reveal they've got a great sense of humor, but they've also got a pretty cynical attitude toward their system. And I told this one, Bill, you'll have to hear it again. I told it in the car. I didn't tell this one to Gorbachev. You know, there's a 10-year delay in the Soviet Union of delivery of an automobile. And only 1 out of 7 families in the Soviet Union own automobiles. There's a 10-year wait. and you go through. And this happened to a fellow, and this is their story that they tell, this joke, that this man, he laid down his money, and then the fellow that was in charge said to him, okay, come back in 10 years and get your car. And he said, morning or afternoon? And the fellow behind the counter said, well, 10 years from now, what difference does it make? And he said, well, the plumber's coming in the morning.
That's exactly the way it's going to go here in Canada for the automotive industry, because Ladas were good cars. Who told you that? Who's lied to you and said that the Lada was a good car? Oh, when I went to school, that was one of the jokes by the teacher. He was always like, you know, anytime he'd say something about like a car that was bad, he'd be like, oh yeah, just go get the keys to the Lada. You know, that's Reagan sounds like Jesse Ventura's estranged father. Oh, I think on the same accent. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But yeah, no, this is where it's gonna go. This is the danger of socialism. This is literally the danger of socialism. I put this out on the channel actually today because I thought it was such a great one. It says it all. It says it all right there. Socialism ideas so good they have to be mandatory. That's it. Yeah, Jesse has flipped. He went crazy during COVID. That was something else altogether. They were a thing in my home country. LOL. People loved them. The Lada? Oof. From the Baja? From the Baja? What are you talking about? You're from the Baja? Driven up asset. What? Driven gold up the asset? Time isn't really a joke. Laughing, but it looks pretty funny on you. I don't know. Let's go buy Lada for Zelensky. That's it. That's the one. If you look up collapsed state and failed state and apply that to Canada, well, it's grim. Well, it is grim. It is grim. Tick is off. People will keep bringing their cars, keeping their cars longer. Yeah, until they ban a car that's over 15 years old, right? We'll see. I mean, if they're gonna ban gas cars, I wouldn't doubt that they'll ban cars that are 15 years old. It really is that ridiculous. Carlos, Caesar, I can't. It always cuts it off if you have a long name. Sorry, Carlos with a $2 super chat says, "I spent 40 years in a communist country, Cuba." Yeah, I'm sure you don't like that communism's coming here. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Like, why is it that only people only escape communist countries to free countries? It's never the other way around. Like, it's literally never the other way around. It's crazy. I was thinking about this today because it really upsets me. I think I'm going to keep that on the screen just because it makes so much sense to what I'm about to say here. It's amazing to me. It really is amazing to me that we always have these celebrities that talk about socialism, and we need to bring socialism here because we just need to be fair. We just need to be nice to each other. And wouldn't it be just great? Wouldn't it be just grand if we just shared? If everybody could just share all the stuff? And why don't they? Well, for one, why don't they share all their stuff? But why is it always these dim-witted celebrities that have made so much money in the free market that come around and say we now we got to stop it? It's like as soon as you hit the line, you've won the race, and you're like, okay, the race is done, it's over, everybody go home, we're gonna go right to communism now. And why? Yeah, fairness for all. Is it fair? It's just equal. You're equally impoverished. Except it's not equally, because the aristocrats always get everything. Isn't that always the way it goes? Why do you give the government money to bomb yourself with? I liked your socialism meme, Clyde. Yeah, it's great. This is perfect. This is perfect. Somebody was asking for this to go on a t-shirt. Maybe I'll do that. I'll wear that. All day long. All day long. It's celebrities because they're compromised by selling their souls for fame. That could be the case for some of them. That could very well be the case. Some of them maybe, you know, benefit of the doubt, you know, they became famous as children, never matured because they never had to work through life and earn things. And so they just don't get it. They just think everything is affluence. Social timeism, money you're wearing if you're what? What? Socialism, you're wearing it if you like it or not. Yeah, you're living in it. You're absolutely living in it. Absolutely living in it. But a lot of these people are just crazies. Absolute crazies. Like, there's craziness of the left. I just can't believe it. Like, what is this? This one right here. Jack posted this one out today. He said, if you don't... well, first off, it's a poster of Anti-Canada Day. Somebody's having an Anti-Canada Day. I bet you the barbecue will be so delicious at the Anti-Canada Day. Go get yourself some barbecue and fundraiser. I'm sure it'll be like vegan dogs, not real barbecue, just like vegan dogs on a what would they heat it with? Because they can't use propane. They can't use like dead trees. What do they get? They're just gonna like, I don't know, like Mr. Miyagi the vegan dogs to be warm enough. Give me a break. July 1st, 2 p.m. Park Jean Mance. And what is it? It's put on by the Palestinian Feminist Collective. I love this. I love this. Jack pointing this one out, saying, if you don't like Canada, then why immigrate here? This is a real event poster from the Palestinian Feminist Collective. To which I replied, Palestinian feminist. I love these oxymorons. I love them. This is a gift that just keeps on giving. It's crazy. Daifeichu for $10 says, there is a story about a woman who moved from the U.S. to East Germany. She found out after her friends were watching her because they couldn't believe someone would move to a communist country. And then what happened? And then she disappeared into the abyss? Like, we don't know anything since then? Tell me more. I want to know. Good garlic at the barbecue, at least. Oh, Clyde. Hey, Clyde, you need to get some 3XL shirts for us. Real man, small fits my cat. Okay. We're working on something. We've been looking for a print to order place that's not chintzy and also isn't gonna cancel us because they don't like what's being printed on the shirts. It costs a lot of money to like have these shirts printed and then sell them. So it's one of those things. It's why we have a lot of the Wobbly Pop shirts still, because we had to have them printed. And so if you want to help support, get on over there, buy one for your friends that aren't a XXL, and then we can get that new flow going, get that stuff happening, and we'll get some of them XXLs for you, my man. XXL. You didn't seem that big when I met you. You're not that big. No, give me a break. Have you tried to get a work permit or student visa for faster track to green card? Are you to the US? No, none of that stuff's happening. That's all in Canada. All that stuff's happening in Canada. I don't need a green card in the US. For those that don't know, I'm moving to the U.S. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I'm bringing my family. But my wife, she's not. She's a Japanese national. She has permanent residence here, but we have to get her green card to move to the States, and because we're not in America, we have to do it from outside of America. We have to wait for the whole process before we can move, and that's why we're still here. Triple XL, maybe going camping. The unsubscribed guys and Ryan Macbeth, us bunker, U.S. bunker branding for their shirts and merch. Oh, they use bunker branding for their shirts and merch. Do they ship to Canada? I'll have to check that out. Bunker branding. I will check that out. We were trying to find a Canadian company to do it as well. We were trying to go with something local if we could, but oh, these, yeah, okay. So those guys are cool, at least. If we make some like pro market economy stuff and shove it socialism stuff, they might actually like us. So, well, maybe we'll be going with them. That's not a bad idea at all, actually. Appreciate that. Thank you for pointing that out. They do Corridor Digital as well? Oh, cool. I like that channel. Awesome. Okay, I'll go check it out. 'Cause, yeah, if they make good stuff, then we'll go with that. Because, yeah, we're looking for someone who's good. Who can be good. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not trying to make a buck on this stuff. Like, if I just like to get cool designs out that you guys would like. And I know you guys are keen if you want to get that stuff. We'll try to make it available for you. We were just trying to find it as cheap as possible at the best quality. You know what I mean? That's really what we're going for. And we were trying to get Canadian stuff, but if it looks like we have to go south of the border, it might be the case. But the coffee is still made in Vancouver. We still got our hands in that. That's not. We haven't exported that. We haven't overseas our our coffee making. It's still the best coffee in the world too. Ask JP Sears in the States. He has a really cool shirts too. Yeah, I like JP Sears. I was just watching one of his videos today. He's fantastic. Clyde, get into the Tennessee market. Tennessee market? What's going on in the Tennessee market? I'm moving to Texas, not Tennessee. But isn't Tim Pool in Tennessee? Or is he in Virginia or somewhere around there? I'm not sure. How about Vista Print for your shirts? I could look into that. I know Yuji who does this. He's been looking into it, so we'll see what kind of options we have. I want to leave too. Yes, I know. Is there a carbon tax on that coffee? Nope. Well, not anymore. Unless, well, I guess it's industrial. I don't know what we're paying. We pay all kinds of stuff. It's our margins even got smaller lately because the price of coffee's gone up because of all this stuff going on. So, we didn't really hike the price of the coffee. So you guys are getting a deal. Daily Wire is in Tennessee. I thought Daily Wire was in Florida. What? Am I off base like that far? For now at least. I bought the coffee, haven't tried it yet. You haven't tried the coffee? Coffee is delicious. I drink it every morning. Just talked to my wife. Her cousin is in Chilliwack, has a shirt print company. I will find out for you. Thank you. Yeah, let me know. That would be awesome. Anita Smith, a reason to avoid state that I missed the comment. Derek Barry from Vice Grip Garage is now in Tennessee. Cool. If I was ever on his radar, I'd like to go visit. Clyde, hook up with John Rich. I can hook you up. Who's John Rich? I don't know John Rich. Who is John Rich? Somebody tell me who John Rich is. I'm going to have a billion tabs open by the end of this stream. Just looking up stuff you guys are telling me. John Rich, the country singer? Is he a country singer? American singer-songwriter. Is that who you're talking about? Clyde, from a fellow tech in Ottawa, you can put a good word in for me in Texas if you continue wrenching. Could I? Can I put in a good word for you? Sure, I'll put in a good word for you. I want. Yeah. Are you trying to get a job so you can get one of those visas? Seems like lots of cool people are in Tennessee now. I listen to people from there. Well, I'd love to check it out. I can live in a untaxed low income and still be paying more than 70% into taxes. The final state of communism, informal taxation, the price of common things, easy tea. The taxes are just so, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, no tax on tips, eh? That's in the big, beautiful bill. I was excited. I was watching Colion Noir today, and he was talking about another thing that's on the big, beautiful bill, which is the removal of suppressors and short barrel rifles from the being regulated by the federally regulated, which would be freaking awesome. Because and I love how they call it the safe hearing safety act or something like that, which makes a lot of sense, because if you're shooting, especially indoors, you'd want something that's not cumbersome and long. You want a short barrel rifle, but then you want to put a can on it, because that would be the thing. Good luck with your visual, friend Clyde, but I'll put the test guarantee. I don't know what you're talking about. Bought some of your coffee. Love it, Marie. I'm glad you agree. It's such good coffee, is it not? It's amazing. Yes, and we need we bank with his bank. I missed the context of that one. Yeah, more context missed. I'm not sure what view. I don't know. Hey, Clyde, Texas better than Florida? So my wife doesn't like hurricanes. She's terrified of hurricanes. That was really the deciding factor. We're like, Florida, Texas, what do we do? I was leaning Texas anyway, but it was like Florida or Texas, and we landed on Texas. So good choice for people who don't like hurricanes, unless you lived on the coast. But yeah, no, we're living inland, that's for sure. Texas is probably safer. Yeah. An armed society is a polite society. Texas has big spider and snow. Yeah, the occasional snow. And big spiders. Woo. Well, I can't wait to see them. They get those in Texas as well. I don't know what also. Clyde, Old Glory Bank. Is that a place to? Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Texas, and has some better prices. I was looking at Wells Fargo. I haven't opened up a bank account yet, but that's where I was looking, because it looked like the place that has like the most branches everywhere. Texas is awesome. I agree with you, Phil. But what about tornadoes, Clyde? Don't mean to scare anyone. So I looked at the weather patterns, because I'm Canadian, or grew up Canadian, and it's something we do. We look at a region, we look at what kind of weather those people get. And yeah, it looks like those storm patterns, they all kind of originate right around the Austin area and then move up towards Dallas Fort Worth, and then northeast from there. It looks like yeah, the Austin area is totally fine. So obviously gonna get storms, but where a lot of the tornadoes hit is not in the hilly region where I'm gonna be. moving to. Just don't know where Daily Wired is located. Hurricanes, Clyde. Yeah, hurricanes. Going a wild hog shoot. We were talking about that. So when I don't know if you noticed, but when I was on my trip to Texas last time, we were doing some podcasts out of the studio, and we were talking to the guys at the studio, and they were talking about helicopter hog hunting. It's like it's a big touristy thing to do when you're in Texas. So yeah, might end up doing one of those at some point. Clyde will be on Joe Rogan right after he does 1 minute on Kill Tony. Should I try? Should I put my name in that hat? I think that would be fun. I'd bomb. I'm not much of a comedian. I'm from Alberta, and hold on, I'm from Alberta, and I have to move to the States. If I have to move to the States, I'm moving to Texas. Yep, that's the place to go. Clyde should behave. Sorry, Clyde. You should is it behave or believe what Fox News says? It propaganda news station. I don't know what that sentence is. Sorry, struggling with that one. Pork copters. Pork choppers. Yeah, there you go. Pork choppers. Get to the chopper with your. Oh, that'll be fun. Viva Fries in Florida. Yeah, he's been there for a little while now. I texted him and I was like, "Hey, we're thinking about moving to the U.S. What do you think?" He texted me back. He said, 1,000% do it. Wow. Okay, that was easy. That was a no-brainer. Wells Fargo Bank has big problems? Big federal fines? Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into that then. I was just thinking that because of how many branches they have. But I don't have to have all my banking at one bank. It's just a matter of opening up a bank account so I can get things going. Do you feel safe in Texas? I absolutely feel safe in Texas. Yeah, I feel a lot safer in Texas than I feel here in Canada. Absolutely. Not without a doubt. Without a doubt. And like, so we went through Dallas. We didn't spend much time in Houston, so I can't really attest to that. But we spent some time downtown Austin, and Austin was like so chill. Like, yeah, there's like the rowdy areas of town, but like what downtown doesn't have that? And it's big. It's big because it's a big city, but never felt like in danger ever. No, it's great there. Viva looks like he's enjoying it. He absolutely is. But he'll be in Calgary this coming up. He'll be coming up. The We Unify Reclaiming Conference is coming up. I'll be there. There's a bunch of us that are gonna be there. But absolutely, we're gonna be Viva Fry's gonna be there. So it'll be a lot of fun if you're in the area, or even if you're not. There's a lot of hotels there, so get yourself out there and do that. I suggest a credit union. They're good, and you don't have to pay money in their or access it. Yeah, I'll look into that because I got to see if there's downsides to credit unions. I've always just worked with big banks, but that's the thing. Austin is hippy dippy. Yeah, what's their catchphrase is keep Austin weird. Okay. You know, keep Austin weird. That's their thing. That's the claim to fame. Yeah, I mean, that might bother some people. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. That's not really an issue for me. I won't be living in Austin. I think where it comes down to is like during the COVID, like I think Austin was like the worst place in Texas for that. But people who lived outside of the county that Austin's in, they were fine, and that's why I'm definitely moving to an outside place. Clyde, I also like Carbide Federal Credit Union Bank. Okay, I'll have to look into all of these. San Antonio, nice. I haven't been. I really want to go there. I want to try that. I want to go to the River Walk and go see a bunch of stuff. I live in Toronto and I don't go out at night. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. Isn't there a town in Texas that's all Muslim? Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. You'd have to fill me in on that. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that. I'm from Alberta, and I have been all over Oklahoma and Texas for many years. Both states are fantastic. I've met some people from Oklahoma, and they've all been very, very pleasant, very nice people. I've never been to Oklahoma, though. Too many ex-Cali peeps in Austin. Yeah, but they're ex-Cali peeps for a reason, right? That's also something to consider. That would be like saying, there's too many Canadians in Florida. Well, yeah, maybe for good reason, perhaps. That might be a thing. Some of the snowbirds are totally out to lunch, though. Like, wow. I heard stories about people talking to snowbirds in Florida and Arizona, and them just being like full on, like, yeah, I can't wait till Carney gets in. We're gonna, yeah, what? Nope, Abbott, stop that. Well, there you go. Governor Abbott, apparently a very awesome governor. Fantastic. Someone is trying to make an all-Muslim condo. What? They're all Muslim countries. Just go to those. Those are great if that's what you want. I'll do a fundraiser to get your ticket. Absolutely, help you out. No, they're not ex-Calis. That's what. No, they're not ex-Calis. That's the issue. What, they're still Calis? The Texas governor put a stop to that Muslim city getting built, thankfully. Well, good to hear. Good to hear. He put his foot down on the Muslim commune. Fort Mac is an all-Muslim community. No, it's not. Oh, that's hilarious. Andrew with a $5 super chat says, I could say this, Antichrist Carney's corrupt communist carnival of Canada is sorry for the tongue twister. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Antichrist Carney's corrupt communist carnival. That's of Canada. That's where we're at. Clyde, you should organize an all-Canadian podcast casters on Rogan. You and Viva and Sunshine and Moose. Well, it just so happens that we all are in contact. We're all of us. Yeah, absolutely. I've been getting to know Moose lately, actually, because a lot of people kept recommending, hey, check out Moose on the Loose. Oh, Moose on the Loose, you did a video about that thing, you know. And I'm a busy guy. I got a day job. I got a family, and I do these YouTube videos, right? And I haven't gotten to know a lot of people. But recently, I've had the time to get to know David, Moose on the Loose. What a dude. He's such a nice guy. Mr. Sunshine Baby, he's actually a really nice guy. I was talking to him just the other day. Yeah, he's actually, yeah, pretty cool guy. Expecting $5 per liter after 2026. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Time for the West to give feds 1 month to see the future their way or bye-bye. Moose is awesome, isn't he? Isn't he? He's really cool. Get Moose on the Loose on Discord. So is that our Discord link? Yeah, there's our Discord link if you want to check it out. So Moose actually was thinking about coming on the show tonight, but then he sent me a message. He said, listen, I'm just getting out of town for the week. He's a recluse. He literally is a moose on the loose, and he goes and he just likes to go spend time out in nature. So he's like, I'm going for a long weekend. I'm gonna go do that. So that's the thing. Sunshine is all right. Sunshine's a nice guy. Sunshine uses too much clickbait. I mean, don't we all? I mean, to a degree. Actually, I was talking about this with him the other day because that's the biggest like thing people hurl at him. And if that's the only thing you got to hurl at somebody, well, then that's just the thing, right? But we were laughing about it because, like, at a certain point, like if you sensationalize something in any sort of way, well, then I guess you're clickbait, right? The only kind that's like really bad is when you actually lie in the thumbnail. And other than that, it's like you put something in all caps. It's just, these are things that it's actually less about, fooling people to watch your video. It's about putting on YouTube what YouTube wants to see so that YouTube will recommend it to people. And then that's really what it is. Jasper's a veteran. Yeah, he is a veteran. Yeah, he served. He served in the Canadian military. Clyde, you're based. Thank you. Clickbait equals fraud. Yeah, but I mean, to what degree is it clickbait? That's Jasper's problem. He lies. Well, I haven't heard him lie. You know, you could get something wrong. That's something, but I haven't heard him lie about anything. Canada is crooked. I mean, crooked. Cooked. Sorry, it's cooked. Canada's cooked. You are all delusional. Oh, there's always one. I'll never give up for my fourth gen Tacoma. Oh, people, yeah, those things, they have a really good retention of value. Jasmine Lane is great too. She's fantastic. I was just chatting with her today. Yeah, because I'll be in Toronto at the end of the month, the last weekend of the month this month. So I'll be in Toronto. I'm being flown out there. We're all being flown out there. So Jasmine's going to be there. Marty's going to be there. Josh from Elevate Podcast will be there. So look forward to that because I'll be doing something with Josh in the coming week. That's going to be good. Well, the coming week from that. So the first week of July. That'll be a lot of fun. Josh is fantastic. The Elevate Podcast, those guys are great. Jasmine is cuter than you, cuter than y'all. I hope so. Jasmine is cute. Yeah, I hope you think she's more cute than the rest of us. I watched Elevate as well. Yeah, they're awesome. Why doesn't Frank Vaughn have more subs? Because he doesn't monetize his channel. Convince him to monetize his channel. It really is. It really comes down to that. If YouTube's not getting paid, they're not gonna promote your stuff. So if you don't monetize your channel, they're not gonna be putting ads on it. So they're not gonna recommend your stuff. Frank Vaughn has some of the best commentary on Canadian politics on this entire platform. Everybody needs to subscribe to Frank Vaughn. Yeah, he's criminally undersubbed. You my boo, Clyde. Agreed, Jasmine. Jasmine's eyes are amazing. She's just dreamy. Clyde's dyslexia never disappoints. Nope. No, it never does. Oh, that's hilarious. The whole show is just a chat tonight. I mean, I was gonna get into so much stuff. Whatever, that's fine. I don't mind just chatting with you guys. Frank is a great human being. I've been chatting with him like almost on the daily these days. He's such a good person, man. Like just down to earth, solid, no BS, just totally that thing. Celine, they don't like me. something to do with yeah, not agreeing. If you don't agree 100%, then you get put on the back burner. You get told that they don't like you. Frank got a haircut for a reason. Yeah, that's because he's gonna be coming out to the Unifi Conference this fall. Love Sunshine. I missed the pleb. The pleb's coming back soon. He'll be back. I know Jasper had been talking with him recently. Moose has a hiking channel on another channel, had another channel stolen from him. So this is the really sad part for Moose, is like he got totally ripped off. What happened to Pleb? He needed time off after the election. He's just like, going to clear my head. It hit him pretty hard. And he'll be back soon. I miss Pleb. I hope he's doing okay. Apparently he's doing great. I talked to him after the election, but not recently. So I talked to him, but not recently. But I was just talking with Jasper the other day, and he had been talking with Pleb, so he said he's coming back. Where was I? What was I saying? There was a comment. I was like halfway. Moose's hiking channel. He had another channel. You have to understand, Moose was like in the top 5% of YouTubers on the platform in Canada. at one point, and so his channel got hacked. And it was all taken from him one day. Like, it just absolutely, the hackers took his channel and they rebranded it to look like some other cryptocurrency thing, and he fought like hell to get it back, and YouTube was not helping him very much at all. And then he finally got it back. Finally was able to get it back. And on the day that he got it back, he goes to log in, and the channel had been deleted because of the breach in the terms of service for trademark infringement, because the hackers had changed the name of it to this other cryptocurrency name, and he wasn't allowed to change the name back to his original channel name for 30 days. And he had possession of it. And once he had possession of it, he wasn't able to change it. And then they deleted the channel because of trademark infringement. And like, it absolutely devastated the guy. Like, it absolutely devastated the guy. And then he worked his tail off. He's worked his tail off to get where he is. And you know what, man? Like, that guy, he works so damn hard. And yeah, just got nothing but props for the guy. And after, like, having gotten to know him and like actually chat with him, holy cow, it was like, what a just a really nice guy, really nice, genuine guy. Yeah, like, anybody who screwed with that guy can go to hell. And yeah, last thing he needs is more people screwing with him. Honestly, he's already been through hell. So yeah, my heart goes out to that guy. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I've never missed his videos. They're important. Yeah, he does good stuff, man. Like, he does really good stuff. What channel name? The channel name is Moose on the Loose. It's just Moose on the Loose. And yeah, he's just fantastic. He's well researched. He does really, really good research. Actually happened to my cousin, the crypto stuff. She didn't have a YouTube channel. Brett K. Where's Brett K? Is there a... Yeah, I don't see it. Moose is my favorite. Moose is an amazing investigator and smart. Yeah, he's a smart dude. And he puts a lot of effort into it. Like, believe me. I'm pissed you're all blind and doing squat. What are you talking about? What are we blind to, Mr. Brett? This, his chart is phenomenal. Yeah, his chart's hilarious. His chart's hilarious just because he has like this way of organizing everything, and people are like, "Dude, give me the chart. Like, you need to share that chart with other people so they know how to how to navigate this whole thing." Because he just put it down in a thing. Yeah, I like his map of corruption. That's it. But that's okay. I'm letting you all sink. Are you on your boat? Are you on your boat? Are you giving us the salute? Watching us sink? Well, do us a favor. Man, yeah. So, yeah, people just want to be... Cool story, bro. And what happened? Yeah, okay. Some people just want to be the center of attention. And, you know, sometimes they get that. I can swim. Far Off Ripoff is good. What's Far Off Ripoff? I follow his Facebook channel, and someone reported him, and they were going to shut him down because of stupid B, and so now nobody can post anymore. Lucky we can still follow, but nobody can post. Oh, that sucks. Facebook's just I don't even mess with Facebook because of that stuff. They're some of the most censorious. They're one of the most censorious platform. That's the thing. I love it. Moose does far off ripoff. Government wasting our money. Oh, okay. Far off ripoff. Is that one of his segments on his show? Brett K, you should get yourself one of those alarm clocks. And yeah, you can wake up. You can wake up all night. Too much bad stuff going on. I love tonight. Keep it tight. Keep it light. Yep. Facebook is incredibly over-censored. Yeah, I agree with you. You got to start watching his show. Man, so I try to watch as much as I possibly can. And I've watched episodes of his. And he's doing incredibly well. He's fantastic. I like talking to people on like behind the scenes, that kind of thing. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of that lately. A lot of that. You know, I want to say like the best creators in this space are all getting together at the moment. That's what's happening. The ones that like to play nice, obviously. Why are we acting like liberals will be in power over the next 12 years? Well, I don't know if it'll be 12 years. It might be 6 years, 4 years. We'll see. Surprised they're wasting our money on the warmest plant bugs, etc. Don't know what that... What could Clyde do exactly? You know, wake up. You sound like a moron. Okay. What do you think of Andrew Lawton? I like Andrew Lawton. I've had him on the show. Obviously, largely successful. He started True North. He's been... Did he start True North, or he's just been with them from the beginning? I thought he started it. But his jokes are kind of corny. Like the most irreverent talk show thing. Yeah, it's corny. It's funny, though. I think like he's a genuine guy. His heart's in the right place, and he genuinely cares about Canada and doing the right thing. So now he's in government, and now it's his time to shine. Let's see how he does. Lawton's showing he's where he belongs. Yeah, there you go. So things will be changed before it gets out of bed. What? Carney wasting no time destroying Canada. No, he's not wasting any time. But what he's doing is he's actually convincing some people that he's doing the right stuff. That's the thing. You know, this Bill C5 that's come down the pipe, that's... Oh, man, what a crazy bad Trojan horse that one is. The bill to make government, the federal government, the purveyor over the entire economy. One economy, Clyde. Or sorry, one Clyde, I'm reading the thing. One economy, Canada. That's, wow. That's not good. They should call it the Mao. the Mao Act. Winiska for 10 says, in my opinion, the Conservatives will never win another election when the two-party system is in place. Yeah, I don't know. I think if Alberta separates, the federal Conservatives are done. Like that's the end of it. That would be the end of it. Yeah. Because where are a majority of the Conservative voters? Unless somehow Ontario, Quebec, and Maritimes and all of that somehow all of a sudden overnight become very right-leaning. News said C5 passed. So C5 passed second reading. Or is it passed third reading and it just didn't update on the House of Commons website? Let's have a look. Bill C5. Major projects bill. Yeah, so 16 hours ago. That's the one. Where's the Bill C5? From Parliament. So go right to the source, folks. Jason P for $6.99 says, why are worried if Conservatives will win before 2035 about vehicle mandates? Like, why are we worried about yeah, the vehicle mandates, yeah, that's incredible what that's gonna do to the country. It's really gonna, yeah, put a big old fog in things. So, wow, this is Bill C5, the act to enable, or sorry, the act to enact, the act to enact the Free Trade and Labor Mobility in Canada Act and the Building Canada Act. So it's like the act to enact a bunch of acts. Okay, here we are. Here we are. This is it. June 6th, as of June 6th. Where's the most current page of that? Do I have to put the hyphen or it won't come up on Google? Looks like it. Bill C5, here we go. Steve's Hyde, member for 22 months. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Unfortunately for Ontario, Dougie is the Conservative rep, and he always goes along to get along. Yep. Yeah. He knows where he knows how to stay in power. That's it. He doesn't care. That's when you know it's not even partisanship at that point. It's not. He doesn't even have a. If when he wanted to get elected initially, it would have been, you know, if he could have got the nominee for the Liberals, he would have gone with the Liberals if he knew that would get him in power. He doesn't. I don't see him giving a crap either way. He'll just ride the wave. So yeah, completed third reading on Wednesday, June 15th. Yeah, C5, an act to amend the criminal code and controlled drugs. And no, this is not it at all. Where's the actual one? So C5, no, that's not it. What is going on, Google? Give me the link to the actual Bill C5. What is up with that? Really? Bill C-5.5 news release. This is the one, right? Showing it first reading, June 25th, table of contents, second reading. Oh, okay. Third reading. Okay, so here, this is after the amendments as passed. So it's been amended. So it's quite long. The short title. This act may be cited as the One Canada Economy Act. Wow, that's always great. That's always great to hear that kind of rhetoric there. Jason P. 699 says, we don't want you to be retrained on fixing our vehicles. Vote Vote conservative. No, I'm trained. I can fix EVs. I'm totally fine. I'm absolutely up to date and good. I can do all of it. I have no problem fixing EVs. I just think it's the biggest mistake that they possibly could make. Free Trade and Labor Mobility in Canada Act is enacted as follows. An act to promote free trade and labor mobility in Canada. Preamble. Whereas the government, this is the whereas talk about, the government of Canada intends to remove federal exemptions under the Canadian Free Trade Agreement. You're going to remove exemptions. The government of Canada wishes to continue to work with provinces and territory toward establishing a national system of mutual recognition in which a good service or worker that meets the requirements of one Canadian jurisdiction would be recognized as meeting the requirements of all. That's fine. That's fine. That's like the Red Seal, moving that forward, getting that stuff. Improving labor mobility within Canada. Short title, the act may be cited as a Free Trade and Labor Mobility Act in Canada Act. And then you get into the nitty gritty. Getting into the nitty gritty, removal of barriers, goods and services, designation of ministers, labor mobility, regulations. Now, we're going to say that the previous enactments, they had bits in it that people didn't like. I think a lot of it still has bits that people don't like. National interest projects. Here we go. The Governor and Council may, by order, for the purposes of Section 5, define national interest. Define something as a national interest. In order to promote transparency and predictability, an order made under subsection 1 must set out a specific criteria that must be met by the proponent of a project in order for the project to be found in the national interest. If an order is not made within 15 days after the day on which the act comes into force, the minister must, within 5 sitting days of the end of that period, cause to be tabled in each of the House of Parliament report that sets out the reasons for the delay and the expected timeline for making the order. Power of Governor and Council. Wow, we're just giving them more powers. Here we go. If the Governor and Council is of the opinion that the project is in the national interest, the Governor and Council may, on the recommendation of the Minister, by order, amend Schedule 1 to add the name of the project and detailed description of it, including the location where it is to be carried out. Publication and consent of province or territory. Before adding the name of a project to a Schedule 1, the Governor and Council must cause a notice of 30 days that includes the name and the description of the project to be pushed in the Canada Gazette. Oh, yeah. Just like all the other laws. They got to put it in the Gazette and tell people that it's happening. Limit. The Governor and Council is not authorized to make an order under subsection 1 while the Parliament is prorogued or dissolved or after the 5th anniversary of the day on which the section comes into force. Amendment. The Governor and Council may, on the recommendation of the Minister, by order amend Schedule 1, amend the name or the description of the national interest project. If the Governor and Council is of the opinion that project named in Schedule 1 is no longer in the national interest, the Governor and Council may, on the recommendation... Okay, we're just... Yeah, lots and lots. I'm going to get into a lot of this stuff. Now, what's being discussed about this one is the problem of the federal government usurping more power to come in and have jurisdiction over what takes place in the provinces. Now, this is the whole carrot. The whole carrot and stick and whatnot. So you give the Western provinces this carrot that, you know, Quebec is being really bad to you guys and not allowing a pipeline through. Well, what if we force them? What if we just force them to do that? Wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you love that? Then you guys could be appeased and you'd be all happy, won't you? Won't you be happy with that? Until they turn the muzzle at you. This is the thing. Every time you give the government more power to do things, you remove sovereignty from the states, from the provinces, and you give it to the federal government. Do you think any good is going to come of that long term? Slippery slope. This is the crazy thing. Like, I just it always goes this way. It always goes this way. You'll have proponents saying, we need to give the government more power. Anytime, I've always said this, like, if somebody says there ought to be a law, like, no, you need to reconsider. You need to reconsider. That's the thing. Brett, did you get kicked out of that or not? Oh, that's funny. Are these batteries recyclable? That's big as the battery plant. It's okay. Yeah, that's a big consideration with that. But yeah, I'm concerned about Bill C5. Yeah, it's passed the Parliament. Yay! First, second, and third reading, and yeah, and then it's going to go into the Senate where they're going to probably reintroduce a lot of the things that we'll see what was taken out. I'll have to read through what was removed to see what's better on that. But I know that this is how it works. No, we're totally just giving the government more power because they need it so we could get ourselves out of this crisis that they created. This chat should have 100% likes. Appreciate it. That would be fantastic. Hybrid vehicles are the way to go. I absolutely agree with that. I totally agree with that. And where was it? I saw that I popped this open earlier and it seems to have jumped out of my purview. There it is. Found it. See, the whole EV debate, yeah. We're just talking about it now. I don't know. I made a video about this like some time ago, and a lot of people were in on that. Now they're doing it. The Conservatives have put forward a motion to get them to back off on the EV mandate, and they didn't. They didn't. They're moving forward with it. Now, I guess politically it could be a good move because they'll say like, look, they're still for it. Like they're given an opportunity to get rid of it, and they're still for it. But what's that going to do? It's not going to trigger an election. So it's not like anybody's going to be voting anytime soon. So that's a thing. But at least Pierre Poilievre, while he's sitting on the sidelines, is able to use his voice and do it for the right thing. And he made this video called Pull the Plug. This is, oh, I'm going to pop it up on the other screen. Why do I should do it this way. There we go. So Pull the Plug by Pierre Poilievre.
Well, somebody wants to tell you where to go and how to get there. It's the Liberal government's new attempt to ban your gas-powered vehicles. Starting next year, they plan to bring in what's called a zero-emissions vehicle mandate that becomes more and more stringent until it bans gas-powered vehicles altogether. In 2026, the federal government will begin phasing in the mandate, with automotive manufacturers and exporters forced to meet a target of 20% of sales in the, quote, zero-emitting category. That means electric. Raising that to 60% by 2030 and 100% by 2035. So in 10 years, gas-powered vehicle sales will be banned altogether. And now, manufacturers and importers that don't meet the quota must buy pricey credits as high as $20,000 a car, a cost that's obviously going to be passed on to consumers. So prices go up, choice goes down, and it's a decree from a government that thinks it knows better than the rest of us and is perfectly willing to make our lives more expensive and difficult to pay for it. And Mark Carney wants to go even further. Back in 2021, in his book Values, he said, quote,
"A host of other fiscal and regulatory policies made by governments can be highly effective in setting out the contours of a net zero economy, including regulations to phase out the sale of new internal combustion vehicles in the next decade."
So if you followed that schedule, they'd be banned altogether by 2031, even faster than the current Liberal government plan. But let's be honest, Canada is not a small, flat, warm country that is easy to get around. It's a vast, cold, resource-producing country where millions of us drive long distances to get to work, feed our families.
Carnage Carney with a $5 super chat says, by 2035, there won't be a Canada left to force any agendas onto. Yeah, it's going to be a very different place. It's going to be a very different place. I mean, people are leaving in droves. Like, this is the reality. There are a lot of people that are taking off, eh? Just take off, eh? That's it's a thing. People are leaving, so much so that even though we had 100,000 new people or 100,000 temporary residents come into the country in the first quarter, and we had more foreigners come in, more, I think the total was like 800 something thousand people came in the first quarter, and yet the numbers stayed at zero. I think like it was like 200 people or something different than before the first quarter. We're losing people. We're losing people. You know, there's people dying. There's not a lot of people being born, and there's people leaving. It's really crazy. Yeah, 800,000 unskilled takers. Yeah. It's crazy. 817,000 people with money. People with 800,000 DoorDash drivers. Oh man, we're gonna have to build another wall. That sucks. Yeah, they'll have to build one to the north. That's the reality. That's the reality. At that rate, like, because the brain drain is huge, right? The brain drain is massive, and you know, with that many Canadians leaving, and the third world coming, and we're talking unskilled people. We're not talking skilled labor, none of that. No money for roads. Yeah, no money for roads. That's a fact. But with that all happening, and then say Alberta was to leave. If Alberta left, and then what would happen soon after that? Probably Saskatchewan. It would put British Columbia in a really awkward spot, because there is a bit of a growing support for a Western separation movement in that. And I think largely what this is, so that Bill C5 and all that stuff, we're gonna appease you, and we're gonna get those pipelines built that you wanted to get. At what cost, though? At what cost? Sovereignty? The loss of sovereignty? Like, a lot of people in the West are just like, nah, really, nah, no thanks. No, there's a lot of people that are really keen on, federal conservatism, and hey, we could get that going. How much for Clyde's back scratcher? I love this thing. This is a present for my kids. It's a telescopic one. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic. But yeah, there's some people that are all about the federal conservatism, and I think that's who's on board with this bill C5. That's why you get those, unpopular opinions. Or popular opinions, whatever you want to call it. Winiska for 2 says, Clyde, why are you so itchy? Why am I so... Isn't every dad have an itchy back? It's just always a thing. My dad would always, like, hit the door jam. Clyde might have... What? I got what? Just like, oh yeah, we're cracked down on crime, but you can't buy anything over $10,000 cash. Oh, and we can gain access to anyone's data with no warrant. Yeah, this is all that stuff. Hola, my fellow Canadians. Yeah, hola. Yeah, you are a fellow Canadian. Newly minted Canadian with that brand new citizenship. Congratulations, by the way, my man. Rudy Cast coming in here. Drink more water. I'll be less itchy if I drink more water. Well, I'm having wobbly pops tonight, so I'll have some water tomorrow. Or definitely before bed. Absolutely. My brother. I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, let's get back to this video.
And haul supplies, and yet the Liberal government wants to ban the technology that works the best, internal combustion engines, and force us all into driving electric vehicles, whether the grid is ready or not, whether the charging network exists or not, or whether we can afford it or not. The CAA found that EVs lose 40% of their battery life in cold weather, and that was tested in just -7 to -15 weather conditions, practically balmy compared to winters in Winnipeg, Thunder Bay, and much of rural Canada. This is not about reducing emissions. It's about imposing elite ideology on the common people. Look, if you want to drive an electric vehicle, great. I'm all for free choice. But despite the hype, they don't work for everyone. They cost about 15 grand more.
You're a real shit talker, eh, Brett? Dude, go do something. If you got all the loyalty of go make something happen. Get out of the chat and make something happen. That's where you go. Don't question my loyalty. I'm an American citizen. I'm gonna move to the United States whenever the hell I want to. So yeah. Go show everybody you're worth your salt. Kick rocks, there you go.
More than a gas equivalent, even after government subsidies. And those subsidies, they don't fall from the sky. They come out of your pocket in the form of the taxes that pay for them. Now, thanks to the ZEV mandate, car companies will have to make up the fines and costs of compliance by just jacking up the price that you pay when you buy your vehicle. That means we'll pay more even if we don't want or can't use an EV. And let's talk about the grid. Right now, EVs make up just 8 to 10% of new cars in Canada, yet our grid is already stretched. What happens when that number jumps to 100%? Ask Ontario Hydro, BC Hydro, or Hydro-Quebec how ready they are to charge tens of millions of electric vehicles every single night on top.
Well, they won't. Immediately they won't. Like look at the truth hurts. Yeah, the truth does hurt, buddy. You do nothing. You just bitch in the chat. That's what you got. It's amazing. We love you for it. It's fantastic. And we know you need an outlet. So here you are. That's fine. But that's what you got. So in this situation, here's where it turns ironic, really. Is if you look all over Canada, places that are going to be starving for energy if they do mandate these electric cars, these electric cars, they're going to be starving for energy that can't be produced because the grid just can't keep up. So what does Canada have to do? For one, I don't know if they could handle the load. That's where failures start happening. But even if it can handle the load, it can't handle the capacity. They don't have the capacity to do it. So where do they get energy from? They buy it from the United States. They buy it from the United States. And whereas a lot of the energy being produced is being produced at coal plants. So you're going to have a coal-driven car in Canada. That'll be exorbitantly priced. It'll be at a higher price, right? So that's what's going to happen. And then what did we solve? What did we solve? We're just offsetting where we're burning fossil fuel. We're just offsetting it to some other place. And it's costing us more money. It's really just economically retarded, for lack of a better word. It's just retarded. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
Top of the growing residential and industrial demand. Spoiler alert, they're not ready. So how do the Liberals plan to bridge the gap? Well, more debt, more taxes, and more unreliability. It's funny. These are the same people that say that you should use less air conditioning in the summer to save money for the grid because it's overwhelmed and over-demanded right now. But then they force you.
Nothing wrong with coal, actually. Okay, I'm you're right. You're absolutely right. There is nothing wrong with coal, actually. And in fact, some of the technology that we have for burning coal to make energy is much better than the inefficient stuff that they're using in China to burn coal and make energy. They're just doing cheap coal power plants, flash them up overnight. They're not these sophisticated coal plants with good scrubbers and all this other stuff in them that you see over here. So this is where it's like, yeah, okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. Coal is not the issue here. But it's ironic. It's absolutely ironic that when the whole point of this was to first they phased out coal for energy production. They're not allowed to use coal for energy production. And then we're selling coal all over the planet anyway. We still produce the coal. It doesn't stay in the ground. We still produce it. We send it to the United States. We send it to China. We send it to India, wherever somebody wants coal. We send it there. It's supposed to be to fight global warming. So it ends up going into the atmosphere anyway. All it's doing is impoverishing us, and we're not using the technology. Except, wait a second, we're planning on using the technology because we're going to offset our power grid shortcomings by buying it from Americans that will burn coal to supply us with energy. This is why it's like, wow. Wow. You played yourself. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans for 5 says Benjamin Franklin was the only president of the United States who was never president of the United States. What? Benjamin Franklin was the only president of the United States who was never president of the United States. That's, well, he was never president of the United States. He's one of the founding fathers, right? I don't think he was ever a president. I think you're correct in that, but he was never a president. Carnage Carney for 2 says, look up BC's dirty little secret. Are you talking about burning garbage? I have seen that. That's what we should be doing with it. Maybe I'll look it up right after this. Try to remind me of that. BC's dirty little secret. Because I'm tired of this mentalism. I'll look it up right after this.
You to buy an electric vehicle that will place even more demands on him. Who's this going to hurt? Who's going to pay the price? Well, it's going to be the single mom in Sudbury who drives 30 minutes to drop off her kids, or the tradesman in Kamloops hauling tools.
Yeah, it will be. It will be them. The shift has hit the fan for $10. Being a lefty all my life, but I'm done. I run a Facebook page with 54,000 followers and want to unite conservatives before the next election. Let's harness this wave and push real change. Would love to connect. Yes, I'd love to connect people. Absolutely. I really do. Oh, selling dirty coal to China. Okay, so it's not what I was thinking. I will look that up. We're trying to connect. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of us, but here's a problem. The problem with the right is there's a lot of opinions and a lot of differing opinions, and then people get fragmented on semantics. It really is crazy. And then that's been the case. Like, some people, they can't handle when other people disagree with them. Like, I'm all for that. I'm I lean libertarian, so I know a lot of people disagree with me. It's whatever, it is what it is. But I also believe that that's your right to disagree with me for all you'd like. That's the thing. Link to the video, please. The one in the chat, the one that we're playing right now. Absolutely. It's from Pierre Poilievre's page, so share that one out. But this is the problem with conservatives, like herding cats. You know what I mean? And in the movement in Canada, amongst the people, what do you say, influencers? A lot of us are getting together. Like, we've been working on this. Been doing meetups in British Columbia. We've been doing all these different meetups. We've got a bit of a crew going on in like the Lower Mainland right now. I'm gonna leave people out, but Mark Nixon, myself, we've got Alex Zoltan. We've got a whole kind of crew that we've been meeting up with. But then there's Mr. Sunshine Baby, who's also in the West Coast. We've got Clinton Jaws. We've got Moose on the Loose. There's so many great people out here, and so many people across Canada. We've been connecting with Jasmine Lane, been connecting with the boys from the Elevate podcast. We got Josh and Reg. There's so many other cool dudes that we're looking to get in touch with. Hopefully they can work some time into their schedules. And I know I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm sorry, but it's the way it is. It's just the way it is. But yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget Frank. I can't forget Frank. Absolutely. Frank, why am I drawing a blank on her name? Holy cow. She's so influential. Nadine Ness. Like, how can you forget Nadine? What she's been doing is more influential than any YouTuber, actually. Marty up north, absolutely. That's amazing. So we've all been getting together, and we've been putting this stuff together. And yeah, the We Unifi Conference, if you're not already signed up to go to it, that would be a great place to go, because this is where a lot of these people are going to be this time around. And there's going to be a bunch of people maybe you've never heard of, which is going to be awesome. That's the thing. We should do a West Coast event. We've done a few, my man. We've done a few. You gotta keep on it, because we'll do more. We'll absolutely do more. But that's what we've been working on, getting this stuff going. Marty looks Amish. What are you talking about? He's got a mustache with his beard. He doesn't have the thing. Nadine Ness, never heard about her. Look her up. She's her YouTube presence is starting to grow right now. She's been huge on Facebook, but she's like politically connected with grassroots stuff, getting things going and getting things actually happening. Carnage Carney for 2 saying selling dirty coal to China, and that's the BC's dirty little secret. Yeah. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans for 5 says, I think Clyde is a, what is this? A brethrenist? I wish I was. What the heck is a brethrenist? I don't even know what that word means. I'm a social creature, but not a socialist. I like bringing people together. I do. I absolutely do. Some people don't play nice with others, and then they just find themselves on the sorry, not invited list. That's how that works. But yeah, everybody else, fantastic. Stick with the crew. Wyatt Claypool, again, I'm forgetting people. He's fantastic. He's amazing. He's been doing a lot of work out here in British Columbia, actually. For someone who lives in Calgary, he's just fantastic. Brethrenism is the claimed ability for a person to live without consuming food. What? Brethrenism is the belief that it's possible for a person to live without consuming food or water. Why? Why would you do that? No, I consume. We had pizza for dinner today. The wife made homemade pizza, and I swore right after that last piece, I said to the wife, I said, I had one too many pieces. That last one, I feel it. Ugh. It was like a brick. It was like a brick going in. Yeah. Oh no, dude. I'm way too into barbecue for that kind of thing. Brethrenism is a tinfoil hat thing. LOL. Okay. Never heard of it. Core idea behind Brethrenism is that humans can obtain all necessary nutrients and energy from prana, or life force, through air and sunlight. Yeah, okay, whatever. Go get your go get back on Craigslist and get your JO crystals ready. Yeah, no, that guy's antisocial, and he the fridge talks about me a lot of trash. He's lied a lot. He said a lot of really bad things about me. So yeah, not cool. Paul Martin was responsible for privatization of those coal mines, as he was the Minister of Finance and responsible for them as a Crown Corporation. He obstructed the sale to get his shipping. Now, I hate that word, privatization. That's one of those words that, and I'll let me quantify that. So the word privatization, it's a loaded word, because all industry comes from private and enterprise. Like the government doesn't come up with ideas like, oh, hey, guess what? We're going to invent machinery, and oh, we're going to learn how to mine and do these other things. No, that comes later. That comes later when somebody makes an industry. Somebody makes an industry and is successful at it, and then a bunch of people say, we want that, so they steal it. They steal it for the state, and that's the thing. It's the obtaining the means of production and all of this thing. It's socialism. And so what they've done is they've invented this word, privatization, as if it's not originally a private thing. I'm not sure exactly what Paul Martin did with that stuff. I'd have to look into that. I don't know that. Just the word itself, it irks me, because it's a socialist dog whistle to say that well, that thing ought to be a public utility that's owned by the masses or whatever, run by the government. Like it should be a communist entity, right? It's got the presupposition that you're taking something that was private or public, and you're privatizing it, when everything else is just privately owned. But it comes with the presupposition that the ownership of property is not it shouldn't be a thing. That's really where we're at with that. Anyway, I digress. I'll go on tangents on that kind of thing. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans for 2 says, I ate Kraft dinner today. Where did you get that? You live in America. I know you live in America. They only sell Kraft mac and cheese in America. Where did you get Kraft dinner? Anyway, let's get back to this.
Ford F-150. It's the senior in Cape Breton who wants to buy a used Corolla for a good price because it runs great and it's affordable to gas and maintain. The people the Liberal elite never think about will pay the highest price. This isn't about the environment. It's about control.
Yep.
They're imposing a top-down command and control scheme designed in boardrooms, not garages.
So is Bill C5. It's a top-down economic scheme that they'll have things in boardrooms and not in garages. That's exactly what's going on there.
They didn't ask us what we want. They dictated. And now we'll pay more to get less. Fewer choices, higher costs, longer wait times, all in the middle of a cost of living crisis. So here's what we conservatives will do. We will repeal the ZEV mandate, scrap the industrial carbon tax, cancel the Liberal fuel standards that punish us and make our lives more expensive. We'll trust Canadians, you, to make your own choices. And we'll unleash the power of the free market to produce better cars at lower prices that travel longer distances with less fuel. Competition and choice, not bureaucracy and rules, will incentivize businesses to make better products at lower prices, because we believe technology should serve people and not the other way around. We'll maximize personal freedom and choice. So you decide. You should be free to decide what you say, what you think, and what you drive. We need a smaller government with bigger citizens. The state should be servant and not master. It's time to bring home control of our lives, our cars, and our choices. It's time to put you back in the driver's seat.
Put you back in the driver's seat. Whoop, ba-doom, psh. No, I love it. I love it. The puns, sure. Yeah, keep it. The slogans, whatever. It's fine. I'm sick of slogans, to be honest. But if he says it once and he doesn't turn that into like every time he talks, I'm gonna put you in the driver's seat. I'm gonna put you back in the driver's seat. Then it's funny. It's funny one time. You get the one-time pass, Pierre, on that one. Clyde, I'm charging my EV at your mama's house since I'm homeless. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans for 5 says, I'm trying to buy an Eames chair and footrest. It's a bucket list item. Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that Ern's chair or Eames chair? That's Eames chair. Don't know. Good luck with that. You back in the driver's seat for a change. Delete the EV, axe the tax. That's all these things. BC's dirty little secret. What comes up for that? A lot of stuff. Yeah, no, I'll have to find it. Come chat with me in the Discord and tell me where to find that exactly. Where it's not going to be one of those things. Oh, wow. But yeah, so they brought forward a motion and they tried their best. They were saying, we're gonna put an end. We're gonna put an end to this EV mandate by the Liberals. Here's Rachel Thomas in the House of Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, these Liberals over here do not believe in the freedom of choice that Canadians should have when it comes to the vehicle that they drive. Right now, they have a mandate in place that makes it so that Canadians will have to buy EVs. They will have to. But that does not fit the needs of Canadian families.
Nope.
And especially at this time when Canadian families are struggling to make ends meet, they cannot afford the additional $20,000 that this mandate will add to their bill when they go to purchase a new car. Right now, this government has an option, and that is to vote with Conservatives to relinquish their ban on gas-powered vehicles. Will they?
Are they going to do it?
Mr. Speaker, what I will do is stand up for our auto workers all across our country.
She's getting sassy. You see her pointing and doing the head weave. Like, whoa, she's got it.
Stand up for a strong auto industry. I will stand up to make sure that we're climate competitive and going where the world is moving, which if they actually look.
We need climate control, you know. We don't have to we don't negotiate with terrorists. we need climate control. Forget this climate change. We're gonna change things back. That's the way we're gonna do it.
Studies globally, EV sales are up. So if the members opposite actually care about making sure that we are standing up for our auto workers, I hope that they will stand up with us to make sure that we are protecting the industry.
You are not standing up for auto workers when those auto workers' cars are not allowed to be sold in Canada. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. The result of all of this, literally the result of all of this is going to be less automobiles sold in Canada per year. It's going to be less economic movement, more economic stagnation. There's going to be less monetary velocity in the market, and it will slow our already slow economy. That's what's going to happen. What's going to happen as well is the price of older vehicles are going to skyrocket. They are absolutely going to skyrocket because there's going to be so much demand for vehicles, replacement vehicles. You know who's going to get top priority on all the gas vehicles? Believe it or not, it's going to be construction companies. It's going to be contractors that fix the roads and all these things, because they're the ones you're going to need pickup trucks. They're going to need their F-150s and their 1500s and their Tacomas and all this stuff, and they'll be on the top of the list, and you are not going to get any of that stuff. And that's what's going to happen. So you won't be able to buy any new vehicles. You'll be able to buy a used vehicle, but at an inflated rate. And then immediately, what are you going to see? You're going to see the used market flooding in from the United States. Americans are going to be selling their used cars into Canada, and then they're going to put a thwart on that. They're going to say no more, or put a quota on how many cars can come in used, or just none at all. And this is exactly what's going to happen. Need a Smith? I need a pickup. Yeah. What are you going to do about it? I think they've scrapped the Lightning. It's all crazy. It's craziness, absolute craziness. But you're talking about a bunch of people that just don't get it. They think that they just mandate everything into place. Steve's Hyde for 5 says a lot of these liberals don't think that's a lot of money, but a few of them know that's exactly what they're doing to people, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, well, they're just doing it because you can't speak ill. You got to go along with what the leader wants. And so the backbenchers that are like, yeah, I'm not really that cool with this, they're still just going to go along with it. They're absolutely going to just go along with it. So, hey, folks, you've seen the link. It's been in the chat a bunch of times throughout this whole live stream. The link is for the Discord. The Discord is where this community likes to go hang out until YouTube makes this kind of thing available. I don't know if you've noticed, but on YouTube, if you're on the mobile app and you go to this channel's page, you'll see community. There's a community function now. Let me pop this up just so I can give you a visual of this. But boop, pop this up on the screen. So go to the mobile version and go to the Clyde Do Something channel, and right here you'll see visit community. And if you pop that open, there's like a new thing where you guys can actually post on the community. So it's not just me posting and then you guys can comment on it. You guys can actually post in there. And then this is a community thing. Now, I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? I think it's kind of cool. It's super clunky right now, but YouTube does that. They'll do something new. They'll do it really clunky, but it's still like you have to go in the app, Clyde do something, go to the channel page, then go to the visit community. That's super clunky. So I'm hoping that in the future they'll fix it. They might fix it so it's like more accessible right from the homepage, where you could say like make it like almost like a Twitter feed where it's just like my communities and look at what communities you're part of, and you can see posts from other subscribers and all that other stuff, and that would be really cool. So we're hoping that it evolves like that, but for the time being you have to only do it on your mobile phone, and that's the location. That's the location. That's where you can find it. It's right on the channel page. So just hit Clyde do something channel page, and then boom, you can find the visit community. You'll see posts from other users, and have fun with it. Have fun. Post memes, post just how you feeling, what you're thinking, that kind of thing. Let's get the community going more. And eventually what'll happen is hopefully they'll make like what Discord has. So Discord has community, but then it also has group chats where, you know, people who are members of the Discord, which is free, by the way, you just head on over. Then we could have like group chats where it's not like a live stream and I'm talking to you via this chat. It's like anybody can jump in and be part of the discussion, that kind of thing. So hoping that this is something that YouTube rolls out. Never know. We'll see how that goes. But that's what's happening with the YouTube thing. So do get into the link in the description. Or sorry, the link in that's in the chat. So moderators, put another link in there for the Discord so people can head on over there. And this is where we can go hang out. The link is only available during the live streams. We do it this way so that trolls and bots and all that stuff won't bother you on the platform. So you just go in and you can have good conversations with good people in the community. I'll be in there. Come hang out. And until then, unless you show up for the Discord, until next time, this has been a slice. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for coming out. This is, as always, been a fun Friday night live stream. We'll see you guys all on the next one. I might not be doing a video on Monday because I'll be in the US. So possibly see you Tuesday. Good night, everybody.